Man. One, and if you can see me, press two. If you can hear me, press one, and if you can see me, press two. Man, this feels so new, but very familiar. Feels new here, but it's familiar. Like I was doing this sometime, you know? But yeah, this feels very new. Like it's my first time here. And maybe it is, right? Maybe it is my first time here, but it feels super new though, but familiar at the same time. If I go to my video library from 2021 when I was lighting it up, I know I've been here. It just feels new. Uh, Went with me through my many changes, you know. Salute to you. Salute to you. Um, just know those changes was very honest. Those changes were real. Ever as I get my feet back under me and come back into this space right here. You know what I mean? Not just on some peace walk shit, but my Facebook went down almost 2 years ago. How I get down and everything, I've been gone, yo. So I'm definitely gonna need your help. I'm gonna need your engagement. I'm gonna need your support as I get my legs back under me. And it's still personal development, right? The number one home for personal development, right? And I appreciate that. This is a place where you come in ordinary and you leave extraordinary. Here at Heaven on Earth, we do not believe you have to die in order to go to heaven. Reflective, enlightened, accountable, but most importantly, limitless. Personal development is for everybody, yo. I don't care about how much bread you got. I don't care about your background. I don't care about your sexual orientation. Personal development is for everybody. Personal development is for the gays, for the straights, for the T's, for the G's, for the bangers, for the whores, for the squares. It don't matter. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. Um, I might have some internet issues going on because they're doing something in my area, but just sign out and come back. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that throw you off, right? We're gonna keep it going. But listen, this is like my favorite quote ever. Timothy Leary. This is like my favorite quote. Admit it, you aren't like them. You're not even close. You may occasionally dress you may occasionally dress yourself as one of them. Watch the same as they go about their automatic. You yearn inside to say forbidding things like, tell me something that makes you cry. You even want to talk. Everyone carries a piece of the puzzle. Nobody comes into your life by mere coincidence. Trust your instincts, do the unexpected, find the others. Okay, so I just switched over. I was on 5G. 5G was moving slow. If you're still in the chat, let me know, am I still lagging? Because I just switched over to a different service. So if you're still in the chat, let me know. I just switched over to my service, different service. So if you're still in the chat, if that's a little better, hopefully it's all good. We're going to keep it going, right? All good? Better? Looks better on my end. Better on your end? If it's better on your end, press 7. All good? Better. Good. All right, bet. Let's do it. So our 4 framework words today are evolve, hack, character, and role, right? The conversation today, our build today is evolve or die. Evolve or die. How to hack your character now, right? How to hack your character now. If I rewind you 8 months ago, you see me do something wild. You see me do something crazy. You see me do something like, what the fuck? What is Ken doing? It was wild. It was crazy. It was intense. It was extreme. What was I doing? Yes, I was going batshit crazy. True. True, true, true. Clock that. I was going batshit crazy. What else was I doing? I was hacking my character, right? I was attempting to transform into something else. I was attempting to transform my state. It looked ugly as hell, right? I was having an ego death. It was mixed with anxiety. It had depression. It had spiritual psychosis. It was every single layer you can think of. You know what I'm saying? Imagine taking a paper, going like, that's what my mind did, right? Like this, right? Because, yo, why would I make myself homeless, right? Why would I leave the comfort of my crib? Why would I burn my network up? You know what I'm saying? Why would I stream it? Why would I show up ugly? The world had never seen me like that. I never been on camera look like that. I never did those kind of things, right? Why would I do that? Yeah, so put a pin in that. Bad shit crazy. True. At the same time, though, it was transformation. I was hacking my character, right? I was trying to break out. I was trying to get free, right? And I was trying to get free of a life that I said I wanted. I wanted the trips, wanted the money, wanted the bitches, wanted the drugs, wanted the fashion, wanted the cars, wanted everything, right? That should come with a price, yo, right? Because in order to get all those things, I wasn't being all the way authentic. In order to live the life that I was living, the way that I was showing up on camera, a lot of time that was my representative. I didn't even know who I was, right? 20 years of a certain character, right? And I read books, right? I did listen to all the lectures, went to the conferences. I did all the work. How the hell am I so stuck, right? But I have all the shit that it's about bread, right? It's about lifestyle, right? I'm in Greece, yo. I'm in St. Thomas with my feet up, yo. I got a roster. You feel me? I got the life all the men said they want, right? But what's happening to me though? You know what I'm saying? Where is the real me at in this shit? You know what I mean? Because the car's not you. You know what I'm saying? The women, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? My clothes, I'm not my clothes. I'm not my hair. I'm not all those things. That's not really who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. The women are what I'm doing. The cars is what I'm doing. Having 500,000 followers, that's what I'm doing. That's not who I am. So the life that I created was the what, had nothing to do with who, right? Peace walk. I go crazy. I snap, right? I snap. And when I snap, it was really about the life that I created. Ken, what about your family? What about them? Ken, what about your life? What about it? Right? It wasn't necessarily about me. It was about the what, right? Do I recommend you doing that? No, I do not. Do I recommend you hacking your character? Yes, I do. You're going to hack your character to get to the next step. So, our 4 framework words are evolve, hack, character, role. We always hear about evolution, especially in the West. Evolution is a big deal. Basically, to break it down for you, is states, things changing states. Things that you see now was once something else, right? So, evolve. In order to hack your character, you're going to have to evolve. But what is it to evolve? Things unfold, things come out of something, right? So something is in you that needs to come out. But the thing that needs to come out is something that you've never seen before. You got an ideal though. If you're a dreamer and a creative like me, I know you have visions of seeing yourself somewhere. Sometimes the visions be so real you could taste it, no one else can relate. You know what I'm saying? You see yourself somewhere, even though you might be in the projects or even though you might be in a certain environment. You know there's something in you that you haven't seen yet. Your mama hasn't seen yet. Your brother hasn't seen yet. Your spouse hasn't seen yet. There is something inside of you, right? You it, but you don't always know what it looks like though, right? And unfortunately, usually the people around you keep talking to an old ass version of you. So that don't help the thing in you to come out. You know what I'm saying? So your turn up partners keep talking to the turn up version of you. Yeah, I might still be that, but not right now. Right? Your catch a lick partners keep talking to the catch a lick version of you. You know what I'm saying? Your whole friends keep talking to the whole part of you when you might be celibate. Your scammer partners is talking to the scammer part of you when you ain't on that, when you're trying to get your square bear on, right? So the people around you, which is environment, and that is super important because environment is what pulls the thing out. But the people in your environment keep seeding and watering a part of you that you don't want to be anymore. But of course, we got peer pressure and we don't got no positive reinforcement for this thing in us to come out. So we end up acquiescing to the version that our peoples keep talking to. Like you gonna tell your homegirl, bitch, stop talking to that version of me that don't exist. Shit, she bringing over the pills, she bringing over the drugs, she bringing over the niggas. So boom, right back to the season. You know what I mean? Right back in New York, right back in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Then when the drug ends, then when the high come down, you still got this taste in your mouth. Like, yo, there is another version of me on the other side of this shit. How do I get to it? You need environmental stimulus to pull it out of you. So you got the thing that's pushing, is pushing you, so it's giving you the dreams. That's why you can taste it. That's why you keep being somewhere and you see yourself somewhere. You feel yourself somewhere. It's pushing, right? But you need the environment to pull it out of you. Environmental stimulus, right? So the environmental stimulus happens with people, places, and things. But if you got people in your life that continue to talk to a version of you that you are trying to evolve out of, that shit don't help. Now imagine your ass in a marriage, or imagine your ass in a long-term relationship with children, and the person, man or woman, keeps bringing this old shit to you. And of course, you love this nigga or you love her. So you are going to give them what they're asking for. And every time you give them what they ask for and you put on this fake ass smile and this fake ass mask and you show up and you do the Dougie, you know what I'm saying? And you do all the dances and shit and you talk all the hip shit, right? Then when everybody leave, you back to that feeling like, yo, I see myself somewhere. I see myself somewhere. I'm supposed to be doing something, right? Boom. Here's the thing. Now times that by 5 years. Now you go from 21 with this dream. You know what I'm saying? Now you 26. Still ain't happened yet. Now you 30 something. Still ain't happened yet. And there's a thing called neuroplasticity, right? Where you haven't expanded and you haven't stretched. Now it becomes harder and harder. One of the things you got that's your advantage being young is your elasticity and your flexibility. You begin to lose that shit as you age. So as you young, you can pop that shit. You can move. You can move your body. You can move your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Every old person, most of the people you see, that used to be a young bitch that popped it. She don't pop it no more, right? Because she ain't learned nothing. She hasn't seen anything. There was no different environment to pull the things out of her. Now she a bitter bitch. You know what I'm saying? Or you a unk talking about the good old days, but he used to pop it. What happened? There was no environment to pull the potential out of us. That's all evolution is potential trying to force its way out of you, but it's a push and then it's a pull. The environment is the pull. The people is the pull. The places and things is the pull. Do you know one of Jay-Z's inspirations was something simple like this? Jay-Z told a story one time about how he went to one of his partner's houses, right? I don't know if this friend was in the PJs or somewhere else, right? So Jay-Z talks about he was in the kitchen with his friend, and his friend had an ice machine. Something simple. Seems simple, right? But now go back to the 80s though, right? So what's normal now was not normal before. So Jay-Z is at his partner's crib. His partner hits the button and the ice comes down. Jay-Z was so fascinated by that. And he's touching the button like, what the fuck? Yo, your ice makes itself, nigga. You don't gotta do the crack. You don't gotta do all that. It comes out of that right there. Something little like that sparked this individual to get his ass out of Marcy Projects. Yeah, he had to do it in the game, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to get where you're going, right? But something simple like that, an ice machine, something that we use every day. Imagine, right? You go to look at an apartment right now and they got the old ice trays in there. You ain't going for that. That's basic to us now. But to Jay-Z in the 80s, he had never seen nothing like that. He was blown away. He was fascinated by an ice machine. And now look at him. Now, what was that? Environmental stimulus, right? So I don't know if he seen that ice machine when he was hustling or what. That could have been the reason he started hustling. Like, yo, I'm going to use this dope money to get my ass out of here. Had he not seen the ice machine, we probably don't know Jay-Z. We probably don't know niggas going to kill you when niggas going to test you when your gun go warm. We probably don't know that. Right? We probably don't know they repoed your vehicle. Everything was all good just a week ago. We probably don't know that. About to start bitching, ain't you? About to start snitching, ain't you? I forgive your weak acts. Hustling just ain't you. We probably don't know that shit. A ice machine, yo. So for you, right? You got something that's pushing. And it won't come out because you need an environment that pulls it out. Your potential is pushing, telling you something. You got to make a move. You got to make a move. You got to make a move. Your potential is telling you, yo, there's something else. You ain't just this right here. The shit you've been doing, you can do something else. Now, the difference between the people that evolve and they don't, and those that don't, is nothing but environment. Other people got dreams too. Other people got potential too. Other people got ideals. Other people is the wave. Other people got beauty. Other people got shit too. What's the issue? Environment, yo. That's it. A change of location. Hey, sometimes you got to change your nigga, bitch. Straight up. You know what I mean? Here's the funny thing. You might got a nigga with money, right? And now your young self, it was the money, right? So that money helped you see some different shit, be at some different restaurants, get some different bags. All right, now once you get used to the money, now what? The nigga dumb though. So now you need a different kind of environment. Now you need the encouragement. Now you need the language. Now you need the friendship and the building. You see? right? So his money help you get to one thing, but then what? You can only buy so many purses, fam, right? If you're a girly that's into the money shit, yo, look at it like this. What happens if nobody see you? If you was a girly that's into lifestyle shit and being seen, what happens if nobody looks? So your movements, your bags, your hair, your nails, and all the shit that you pick a nigga off of, you need somebody to see you. Because if don't nobody see you, how do a motherfucker know you in a Bentley? It don't even mean shit. The thing you call nice things don't mean nothing until somebody see it, right? If I'm dating a bad bitch, I need niggas to see her. So I need to go outside, but what if ain't nobody looking? Right? And she ain't interested. I'm dating her because how she looks. Right? So this shit only really hits when she throw that shit on and people go outside and I can look at people looking at us. But what if no one's looking? Right? So some of y'all have to make some decisions based on what if no one's looking? And that is a hell of a prison if you move and shake based on everybody watching. But I'm going to tell you this from somebody that played the game at a high level, it's an imaginary crowd. Nobody cares. The people that you think really care, they don't. The crowd you think that's really watching you, they not. Right? And and one of the things that everybody you swear everybody just mad. These hoes just mad. Bitches just mad. They not though. It just seemed like it. Because they poor and they bored. You know what I'm saying? Hoes just mad. What if you found out the people ain't just mad? So you got to make your decisions that you're doing based on not off imaginary eyes, fam. So you got to make your next environmental decisions, your persons, places, and things based off you. You have to make the decision based off if nobody's watching. If you make the decisions based off eyes, yo, that's a prison. They got control over you. You know what I'm saying? So your whole movements is based off if people could see you or not. Surprise, nigger, nobody's looking. You know what I'm saying? So you got to mob out and move. You got to pick the bitch. You got to pick the nigga based off you and what they pull out of you. Not what your mama could see, not what the social media could see. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep in mind, most of the people looking at you on social media is watching you on the toilet, yo. They just scrolling on break time, hiding from the boss and shit. You know what I mean? They ass got to get back to work. So imagine this shit. Imagine picking a nigga. Imagine picking a car. Imagine picking an environment, right? Based off people watching you when they on the toilet. Fam. Don't go out like that. Don't go out like a sucker. Straight up. Be the genuine article and have more agency over your life. You know what I'm saying? So evolve is push. It's potential. You know what I mean? An environment is the pull. So what pulls the potential out of you? People, places, and things. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. When I went to LA for the first time, I went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame and I was like, nigga, I'm here, nigga. I'm really here. Right? My mama didn't do this shit. My daddy didn't do this shit. I'm really here. I'm looking at the star. I'm looking down and shit. I'm on Rodeo Drive. I'm like, nigga, I'm really here. I was 21. That was my first time out there. That shit was pulling me. You know what I'm saying? The first time I went to Miami, I'm like, nigga, I'm really here. But Miami will check your ass though, because a Benz is a bucket. Like in your hood, a Benz is everything. In your hood, a 4-door Porsche is everything till you go to Miami. Now, shit like that is a different environment because you either gonna shit or get on the pot fucking with a place like that. You know what I mean? Because there ain't no middle. It's just the balling is at another level. You have global ballers and global baddies In your hood, you a 10, but when you go to Miami, you a 6. You know what I'm saying? So that's an extreme environment that is going to pull the best out of you. LA too. You know what I mean? New York too, when you see the skylines. That's places. The cars and shit, that's things. Mentors and spouses, friends, those are the people. All right? So you have evolve. Now you have hack. Our conversation today is evolve or die. How to hack your character now. So hack. What does it mean to hack? Hack is to cut away. All right? A lot of time we put debt on top of debt. A lot of time we put bad habits on top of bad habits without hacking how we got here. Right? Every single day I come online, it's a person crying about their relationship. What this nigga did, right? What she did. What they don't just talk about is how did you get there? How do you know a nigga like that? Seriously, right? Because a lot of the times it be the girlies. Oh, this nigga trash. How do you know him? How do you know him? And before you get into another relationship, fam, have you hacked the energy that gets you those dudes? It's not, your standards aren't outside of you. Your standards are your energy. What the girlies do? Clock it. Clock that. Right? What they, period. Period. Your standards are your energy. Your standards can't be shit on the outside of you. Your standard has to be how you think and how you feel. Your standards have to come from inside of you and manifest outside of you. You don't ever have to talk about your standards. All you have to do is be them because it's something that's inside of you. So wherever you're at represents how you feel and how you think. So your standards are alchemical. Man. Your standards are alchemy. What is alchemy? Right? The Philosopher's Stone was based on turning base metals into a golden thing. Right? So alchemy, inner alchemy is going from one feeling, this low feeling, what they say, low vibrational plates, low vibrational shit, right? That you can't use, that gets that nigga and it gets that chick, right? So turning that into a different vibration or a different frequency, right? So a vibration is how fast thing is moving. Frequency is how far the vibration can extend, right? Okay, so standards are not outside of you. Your standard is a restaurant, fam. Like, listen to how y'all listen to what your standards are. Your standard is Roof Chris, nigga. It's food. It's a restaurant, fam. Right? So you telling me that you could be in Roof Chris, but also have survivor's guilt. You can be in Roof Chris and also have imposter syndrome. You feel me? Your standards are not things. Your standards are not things and stuff. It's not shit that can be taken from you. A car can't be your standard when it can be stolen. A house can't be your standard when it can be foreclosed on. A nigga can't be your standard when another bitch can fuck him. Right? She can't be your standard, my nigga, because I beat too. Okay? So standards can't be on the outside of you. Standards are on the inside of you. So wherever you are represents your inner world. That's your standard. Okay? So before we move or try to do another LLC, before we go to school again before we jump back into dating. You got to hack. How did I get here? You got to keep it a buck, right? Okay, for me, one day last year and a half ago, I woke up and I'm like, yo, I got some severe writer's block, right? I could not create. I wasn't quick like I normally am. You feel me? What happened? I was giving way too much game away for free, right? I was letting people get next to me and peel me for my number one assets, which was my information. I'm telling people for the free how to do this and how to do that. We ain't business partners. We ain't got no type of contract. You feel me? I'm literally giving them the game, shit that costs me, right? The shit that comes out of my mouth, I literally have beat the pavement up to become that. The things that come out of my mouth have came from me being humiliated, have came from me being embarrassed, have came from me living out my real life. How could I go give that shit away for the free? People peeled me from my energy. Feel me? So, in order for me to move forward, I have to hack the version of me that does that dumbass shit, that lets people sit under me and take my shit and not give me nothing back. What? Everything is transactional, right? There's never been a time where people showed up for the free and got shit from other people for the free. Never. Never. I give you this rock, you give me that banana. I give you this orange, you give me that quail, right? Human beings have always came to each other with something in hand, right? Even look how you are with your babies. No, you even transactional with your newborn. Your newborn gives you meaning. There's a transaction there. You are willing to wipe them, clothe them, feed them, as long as they give you meaning, as long as they need you. That's the transaction. Look how you are with your babies when they don't need your ass no more. You start talking slick. The relationship with you and your children changed because they don't need you no more. And because they don't need you no more, now you start coming with stipulations. Now you start putting boundaries. Oh, this is my house. Oh, mama got to have a life too. And blah, blah, blah. Why? Because they don't need you, right? So even the dynamic with you and your children is a transaction. There's nothing wrong with transactional relationships. I show up with this, you show up with that, period. The reason why that's important is because you got to keep the scales balanced. Don't ever think, oh, it's genuine. It's ain't shit from the heart, fam. That shit ain't from the heart. It's all energy based, right? For you to even start giving me shit from the heart, there's something that was attractive to you. So my energy was the transaction, or you see me online, or you see me doing hella shit. You see me popping my collar. You see me in the whip. You see me doing something, right? And you started to push your energy to me. But what you seen from me was the transaction, okay? So when I was showing up with game for free and giving precious resources, which was my energy, for the free, and people was taking and using, and then I woke up with nothing, butt ass naked, right? I have to hack that, because that's a sucker. My nigga, like, you know the game, nigga. I always been more P than I am a T, right? So if I'm in the T, if I'm in the tricking, I'm off my game. I'm not a trick. I'm more with the P's. You know what I'm saying? I spent majority of my years in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Where it's about the hustle, where it's about a certain kind of shit, right? So if I'm over in the T, then what? How the hell did I get over there, right? If I'm over here giving game away for free, and if I'm over here letting people call me for the free, and I'm not asking for shit in return, no. Because guess what? When the strong friend gives strength, where does the strong friend get the fuel back? When the strong family member gives the family their most precious thing, which is their strength, what happens to the strong family member, right? Ain't nobody got no fuel for them because remember, they the strong person. You know what I'm saying? So even the strong person needs the fuel to be strong. The strong mama, the strong daddy, the strong sister, friend, the person that's resourceful, the person with the energy, the person with the love, the person with the abundance needs to be taken care of, needs fuel to keep on delivering that shit. So when you find yourself in a space where you have boom, gave away all the shit, the strength, the money, the build, the conversation. People pull you up to fight. You the person that come punch people in the face, whatever it is. Eventually, you gonna wake up and be like, yo, I can't write, dog. Yo, I can't create. Yo, I can't water myself. Yo, I can't do the things that I do. Why? I've been used. I allowed the world to exhaust me. Let me reverse engineer that shit and hack that part of me that would show up for abuse. Because it's abuse. You the person that people call to put out fires and you don't ask for nothing? That's abuse, fam. Fuck all that trying to be cool. That's abuse. That's an abusive relationship that you sign up for. They didn't do nothing for it to you. That's your bad not being clear about what you want. What you want. If you a woman that cook for a nigga, what do you want from him? Be clear about that shit. I want this from you. And here's what I'm willing to give for that. Now, here's the thing. It's better to be on the offense than let someone tell you what they need from you. What you want from somebody is better you to be on the offense of like, hey, I want that for you, and here's what I'll give you. And see what the negotiation thing. Don't let the other person set the tone. You want something for somebody? I want this from you. Here's what I'm willing to give you. And see what the rebuttal is. Be on the offensive. But if you are just a whatever it is, whether it's money, whether it's your aggression, whether it's your love, whether it's your femininity, your masculinity, whatever the thing is, be clear. Fuck all that. Oh, I'm just doing it from the heart. Man, please. The heart is pumping blood. The heart is going do-doom, 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 based on electrical current. Right? The heart needs something for it to be what it is. It's very important that we are clear on our boundaries with ourselves and in our relationship. Do not just leave shit up in the air and no, because it's going to turn out bad for somebody when 3D happens. Okay. So that's a real life personal example for me of before I begin to move forward, Joe, I got to hack some energy. I got to hack a part of me that put me in a position to be literally on the phone talking to square motherfuckers about the game. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that done sat at the feet with some of the illest bitches and niggas in the world. And I'm giving it to a square for the free, right? That's what happened when your mama die and shit, and your world changes, and you just right. Look, whatever your thing is, hack before the new year comes. Start hacking. Hack at your character. Hack at your personality. Before you add another car. Before you move to a different location. Before you show up any kind of way, and it's deeper than I'm getting my number changed. It's deeper than blocking people and unfollow them. You still haven't changed. You just have unfollowed people. You just blocked them. You just got your number changed, but the thing in you is still the same. So if before you can evolve and the environment pulls something out of you, you have to hack away the things, right? That's putting you in a hole and stopping your spiritual gift. You got to hack the thing that's stopping your creativity, right? You got to hack the thing that's stopping your intelligence. You got to hack the thing that's stopping your glow up, right? You got to hack the thing that's stopping you from putting your money into the shit that you need to put it in. You're going to spend the money anyway. Have you noticed that when you have financial scarcity, you wind up spending, it be little nicks and dimes. $20 here, $15 here, $10 here. Man, you might as well have spent the money on the course or spend it on me. Shit. Spend it on me because you're going to spend the shit anyway. You know what I mean? Spend it on me to keep me coming popping shit. You feel me? You're going to spend the money anyway. So all the financial scarcity that you have of, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know. You spent the money at the bar anyway. You know what I'm saying? How many pairs of shoes do you need? You spent the money on shoes. You spent the money on a wig. You spent the money on lick. You got wigs just hanging up, doing nothing. Literally doing nothing. Yo, might as well go back to school, fam. You might as well spend the money on the course, fam. Book a session with Ken. You're going to spend the money anyway. So hack the thing in you, right? That is stopping you from putting money in the places that evolve your personal development and your selfish transformation. So we have evolve, we have hack, character. Did you know that a character is based on sorcery? A character is a spell, right? A character is how we've been responding to the world, right? That's a spell. Who you think you are is not what you really are. It's how you've been responding. Have you ever said, because I've said it, man, that's just the way that I am. You wasn't born like that, right? That's just the way that I am. Well, that got your money fucked up. You know what I mean? If you're in a financial bind, a relationship bind, your car got a boot on it, you got some trash ass friends, you got that from your character, right? All the things that you dislike about your situation are from your character. It's from how you've been responding to the world. It's how you've been responding to your money is why it's fucked. Because you've had a response to finances like this your whole life. You've had a response like this to men your whole life. You've had a response like this to your environment your whole life. That's why you just say, well, this is just who I am. That's not true. That is all based on your responding. Now, whatever has control over you in the way that you respond, that is the owner of the spell. So you have to hack how you respond to things, right? That's what your character is, because you weren't born like that. You've reacted to the world, and that has formed your character. So you have to hack that shit so you can not respond or react. Create a character that is based on water, right? What that looks like is you are whatever the situation is. Because a lot of times when we say that's who I am, we are the same version in every situation. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell a girl one time, don't suck my dick how you suck everybody else's dick. No. Don't show up with the same character. How you are with him is not how you are with me. Don't do me like that. That's how you do him. You don't know if I like that, right? Don't show up doing the same shit. And I'm not taking you as you are, because I done did some crazy shit to break out of my character. So I'm not accepting nobody just who they are. Not going. I'm not fucking with it. You know why? Because I've burnt my whole life down trying to be some other shit. I'm not going. Accept me for who I am. No. Why? Why? Why would I do that? Right? When you got options to be some other shit. You don't have to stay like that. You don't have to be that. I'm not as accepting as I once was before. I'm not doing that shit. Go to my video library and look what I was doing in April 2025. Why would I accept that? Right? Why would I accept you being with me how you are, period? No. You know what I'm saying? Once I bring it to your attention, like, yo, we got options. We don't have to be like this. You know what I mean? This is a new situation. This is new money. This is new motion. This is a new environment. Why would I accept that's just how you are? That means you don't have no neuroplasticity. You can't expand. I'm not going. Why? Because not no one knows, I've paid the price for transformation. So why would, and that shit ain't about no paper. It ain't about no paper, no materials. It ain't about how you look. It ain't about nothing. You mean to tell me you can't break out your character? You won't do nothing different right now. Right? So if somebody come with a microphone right now, like, I'll give you $10,000 to sing SWV, Weak in the Knees, you gonna tell me that's just how I am? I don't be singing, nigga. I don't know what it is, man. I'ma go. Man, fuck my character. I need that 10 bands. What do I gotta be to make my dreams come true? Period. And if you can't break character for your dreams, if you can't break character for your vision board, if you can't break character, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, go on TikTok right now. It's going to be somebody doing a story time about how they change for a person. Guess what you don't hear though? I change for my dreams. I change for my goals. I broke character for the shit that I want to do. I broke character for the woman that I want to become. No, what you gonna tell me is how you broke character for a nigga. What? The earth produces niggas. That shit ain't rare. Pipe ain't rare. How you break character for some shit that's not rare? Man, ain't rare. You know what I'm saying? Why was you willing to become another woman, a different type of woman for a species that the earth literally produces? Right? You can trip and fall on a man. You don't even got to be looking for him. You can be blind as a motherfucker. Oop, tripped over a nigga. Oop, tripped over a nigga. Oop, tripped over a nigga. Like, what the fuck? You won't break character for your vision board? Now, if you's a girly that have broke character for a man, your family, but you haven't broke character for your dreams or your dollar amount or the person that you want to become, you have to hack something in your character. Right? You hear me? If you's a dude that have broke character for the set, if you's a dude that broke character for the bros, you did all that shit for the bros, got your ass in jail, you got felonies, you done did this, that, and the third, right? But you haven't broke character trying to open up a barbershop, fam? You haven't broke character trying to start your own trucking company? You have shown that you are willing to become something else for a flag, my nigga. For the set. You let the people use you. Okay, cool. But you won't break character trying to be something else for yourself? No judgment, no shade. That means you have to hack something in you, because something in you won't allow you to break character for your own dreams. That's all we got, bro. Literally. When our mamas pass, when our kids get grown and they do something else, when your spouse decide to change on you or whatever, all you got is your vision board. All you got is your notebook. All you got is your imagination. All you got is the potential that is in you screaming to come out. That's it. Relationships change. People make other decisions. Sometimes you might not get picked, bro, sis. All you gonna end up with by yourself is the shit that you put on your notebook. So if you gonna go crazy, and if you gonna spaz out, and if you gonna be a hoe for your vision board. Treat your vision board and treat your notebook and treat your goals and your business plan like a blade. Wherever you at, go ahead and clock it. If you a girly, go ahead and call your partner right now. Call your whole friend and bitch. Tell your bitch, treat your vision board like the blade, bitch. Ken said. Right? Call your partners. Like, what is we doing? Right? Get in your girl chat right now. It's change the conversation. What y'all change the conversation? Y'all talking about Brandy and Beyonce avoiding the conversation. Bitch, that's the wrong conversation. Them hoes is rich already. Brandy already goated. Beyonce goated. You talking about who avoiding who? Man, you better hold for your vision board. You having the wrong conversation. Right? Nigga, you talking about LeBron and who's the GOAT? Bro, are you goated in your vision board? You talking about the wrong goats. Are you a GOAT? You having the wrong convo, bro. You having the wrong debate. You're not debating on are you further than you were last year. That's the conversation you want to have. You're debating niggas' stats, nigga. And I get it, because to show up for yourself, that shit is scary. Scary. That's why it's easy to be on other people's shit. That's why it's easy to build with other people on their thing. But to really show up for our stuff is scary. You know why? Because you really might fail. Right? But put it like this. The fact that you're walking comes from failure. The fact that you ride a bike comes from failure. You was once a little girl and a little boy that got your big-headed ass up on your mama coffee table, pulled the shit down trying to get up. You fell, you cried, got back up and kept walking. You know what I'm saying? With the bike. You are here because of failure. Since when are you scared of failing? That's how you got here. You walking is from failure. You riding a bike is from failure. You are here because of failure. So why stop now, right? So evolve, hack, character, and roll. Roll is very big. Roll is very important, right? Because roll is a behavior in us that was created by someone else. What do you mean by that, Ken? I'm glad you asked. What is a gender role? I didn't ask to be no motherfucking provider. What the fuck? What's in it for me? It can't be no pussy, not for a nigga with a body count like me. That shit matter to a nigga that ain't hit no baddies. I probably the only nigga I know that have left bad bitches straight up. I stop fucking with bad bitches. If I show you my thing, boom, that's nothing. So me being a provider can't be to get a bitch, because that ain't a good incentive. I'm pussied out, right? Who created that role? Oh, because you a man. You ain't asked me, do I want to do that? So let me get this straight. I go grind, give you my shit, and in return, you give me what? Oh, I give you nurturing. I give you support. I don't need no motivation to hustle. I don't need that. And if it's like that, why not just pay a prostitute and one and done? Because I'm not getting the pussy. I got to talk to you too. I got to do all this shit too, so it can't be that, right? So I'm being funny, but what I'm saying is that's a role that's created by society that's saying because I got dick and balls, I'm supposed to do this, but you never even asked me, was I good at it? That's role. A woman is nurturing. Lies. My mother wasn't. Lies. You know what I'm saying? Lies. A woman is supposed to be, that's a role. You ain't even asked that girl, is she good at that? No. Why can't we just be water? You know what I'm saying? I'll come through with some paper because I got it. But it ain't because I'm a man and you's a bitch. I ain't doing that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about showing up what the bros think. There's some men that get off on tricking on a bitch. Never. Never. Yeah, let me get my bitch a BBL. Let me get my bitch all that, nigga. Yeah. We gonna have tricking wars on see who could design a bitch better, like it's the movie Weird Science. That's not a kink of mine. I'm just not. That's not a kink of mine, bro. I could be celibate. It's not a kink of mine, and I'm not going back and forth with the bros. I don't fuck with the bros. I don't give a fuck about bros who can dress a bitch better like she a pet dog. Yeah, nigga, my bitch got this, and them niggas is gay. First of all, how about that? Niggas are gay. And they use women as props to get closer to each other. Because what they're really saying is, damn, if he treat his bitch like that, I wonder what he'll do for me. That's a role. I'm not playing a role. I want to be myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to define life on my terms. What am I good at? And that's what I will do. I'm not going to be put in a role. Who benefits society? This whole shit can melt, dog. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about the black community. I ain't trying to build none of this shit up. Burn it. But while it's not here, I'm going to eat good, fuck good, travel good, have a blast, right? But in all seriousness, men and women are born into shit, and all of a sudden things are placed on you, and people tell you to behave based on a role that you don't even like. So I don't give a fuck. My mama told me, somebody told her too, and somebody told her, and somebody told her, right? Do it if you're good at it. Do it if you want to do it. Don't do it because it's a role. But this is the thing. If you're good at it, what will you get? A good nigger sticker? Do you know what I'm saying? What will you get? You know what I mean? What will you get? What will you get? What will you get? Bro, I'm the best provider. What do you get? You get to fuck your wife. Nigga, somebody fucked her before I met her. What do you get? What do you get, sis? I'm a nurturer. I'm a nurturer. I'm a nurturer. I'm supportive of my man. Sis, you in America. You in America. Go and get it yourself. Grind. I know you want to live a soft life. All the bitches that saying they want to live in a soft life now is going to be poor. Poor. You talking soft life shit with automation and robots? You put your soft life in the hands of a man? You're dumb. Straight up. You put your life in the hands of another human. So if he don't do it, how are you going to get it? But my dad said, man, your dad grew up at a time where there was steel mills and factories in America. I live in Arizona where I'm at the light and it's a car with nobody in it driving. Do you know what time frame you're in? You have to keep your legs moving and make a plan. I'm going to do this So by 41, 42, my life is softer. Softer, not soft. You will get steamrolled out here being soft. Your life is softer. Why? And you get a softer life when you create systems. And it's the system, right, that you create that aids to the life that you're living. So you have a business and it's automated. You got products and services and everything is automated. So now you ain't got to show up every day with your legs running, right? You don't want to get soft, fam. Especially talking about you black. Like, I thought your peoples were slaves. You don't got time to be soft. You got time to, I gotta go, nigga. So if I'm talking to somebody in their 20s, grind like your life depended on it. I'm 41 years old. And I'm telling you, when you get my age, first of all, when you are my age, $100 is gonna spend like $50. What do you mean? Your softer life and your comfort as a man is based on your purchasing power. The US dollar is the reserve currency for the rest of the world. So all the trinkets and the quality of life we are experiencing for all these years is based on because the dollar and English has been the reserve language and the reserve currency in the world. It won't be like that forever. China is going to take over. Your purchasing power is going to go down. So all that passport bro tricking and shit in Colombia, buying pussy for $40, nigga, that shit's over. And it's over. You only experiencing that because of our military power. Now imagine the world where your purchasing power is not the same. You don't got time to be soft. You feel me? You know why I'm getting my health to peak conditions? Because I don't got a trust fund and I got to run for the next 15 years. Number one, I refuse to be on my fucking son's couch asking for help. No, nigga. No. Shit ain't about comfort. I have my moments where I lay up, get my dick sucked, and then it's back to the shit. You feel me? No. So I could be a 55-year-old nigga. Like, I ain't on my son's dime. I don't need my son. All my faculties are together. I don't need to be taken care of. But I gotta fucking run. What? My mom ain't even leave me no money. Is you crazy? Soft? Chilling? No, that's why I had to transform. So I could unlock shit about me so I could keep it the fuck moving. You know what I mean? My dreams, my goals, my vision board. God damn. If you're going to be monogamous to something, be monogamous to your dreams and your vision board. All this cheating. If you cheat on your money, what'll happen? If you cheat on your health, what'll happen? If you cheat on your goals, what'll happen? If you cheat on your education, what'll happen? If you cheated on making plans, what happens? All this shit about if you're going to have a relationship on your vision board. But roll. No. Be water. What is the situation? And this is what I'll be. And if you're an individual that dealt with loss before, I don't give a fuck. What you going to do, leave? You know how many people it is in the world? Especially if you got a banging ass personality and you know how to dress and you fire, you know how to throw that shit on. What? You can't threaten me with not being in my life? Is you crazy? I know what people like. I know how to get fly. I could go outside and pop it real quick. Like, because if it's just like that, if it's about that, you know what I mean? No. I only expect people to be water. Come in my life, be water. I'm not placing shit on nobody. I'm not putting shit on nobody because I don't want that shit. Don't box me in. Yeah, I might want to wear the color pink. That don't mean I like niggas. It means it's a fucking color. You mean to tell me as a man I could only wear certain kind of colors? Like all these rules. Why the gay nigga got all the freedom? They don't tell the gay man to build the community. That's only for straight niggas. The gay nigga could frolic. He could gallivant. He got freedom. He could wear colors. He could do whatever he want, but the straight man got to sit and operate in this little area. And it's interesting though, because it's women that be wanting these rules on men. I need my man to, and my man, bitch, the fuck? And men used to go to war. Like, what kind of shit is that? You know, them niggas was poor. They ain't have no options. Who the fuck wants to go to war? You know what I'm saying? Like, women but desperately believe in patriarchy. You don't want niggas to be free because that'll put work and labor on you to do for yourself. You want me to go out. Why do a bitch think a nigga want to go to work? Why? You think niggas like that? Especially black men, have you not seen 50-year-old black men? Do they look healthy to you? You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, I ain't going. I did the peace walk for shit like that. I'm not going. I'm not here to labor for people. No, we can collaborate. We can work together as a team, but I am not laboring for another. I did that with my kid. Now he's on and got his own life, but I'm not laboring for another human being. For what? For what? No. I want to live too. I want to live abundant too. I want shit too. I want to chill too. I want to get my feet done. I'm a sassy nigga. You goddamn right. Yeah, what do you bring to the table? Yeah, it's interesting when men have boundaries. Now it's sassy. But it's okay when men have hypertension. It's okay when men are dying early. It's okay when men are hunched the fuck over and his wife is bouncing around and shit. That's okay. That ain't okay. It ain't okay for the man. It ain't okay for the woman. Especially if we are living in a new world. Love. If you are a businesswoman and you are a woman that get to $1, why do I expect you to come cook for me? Come clean for me? No, I want you in your skill. That's what you do. You know how to come up with shit. You hella creative. Why would I reduce you to cleaning a crib? Do it if you enjoy it. But if not, bitch, let's figure out how to get one of these Mexicans come clean this shit. You know what I'm saying? El Salvadorians come clean this shit. And Mimo and them was already to help. It's other people, it's other nationalities' turn to come do that. Niggas already did that. You feel me? So each generation, the ethnic group got to go to another thing. 50 years from now, people from Central America, they gonna come up here, and another group of people gonna go up on them. So why do I want a woman in Meemaw in them position? Didn't they do that? Man, fuck out of here. Instead of that, let's work on our goals and our business plans together. Who the fuck wants to clean? We do it because we grown, but a woman could never tell me that. I cook and I clean. What the fuck? I don't need you to pick up after me. You see my shit? My shit is clean. I did that. The fuck? See, I did that. I arm my own shit. I put creases in my own shit. No, what's your vision board look like? And let's get to that and let's work on that because time is ticking. You feel me? So, evolve, hack, right? Character, role. Somebody said men make more than women. Every man, everything is situational. That's a generalization. Which man? Men. Who? Gotta be specific. Who you talking about? Men. That's general. Okay. Shrink it down in the micro. Who you talking about? Right? Who you talking about? And that dynamic is flawed, right? Because, all right, so say I do make more than you, right? I make more than you. I'm gonna keep it in average terms, not even like regular. I mean, not astronomical shit. So the average person in America, I'm gonna just talk ethnic, black. Niggas only making like 45 maybe $50,000 a year. All right, so say the man make 50, right? And the woman make 42. So he made $8,000 more than her. All right, cool. Right? Cool. If you're telling me that there is a wealth gap, and if you're telling me that the purchasing power is different, right? They can't afford for one person to be doing every single thing. Somebody money got to go into some money making. We can't save money. We have to make the money be a whole for us. So cool. If I am going and paying a big bill like the mortgage, cool. Your paper gotta go into the market, or you gotta produce a product. I'm not paying for a bitch. I will pay for product though. My money gotta make money, or we are consumers. So I work or you work, and then the money is just it just goes to bills. We ain't grinding, we ain't hustling, we ain't making no money. We gotta sell some t-shirts or something. Get on Alibaba and order some products and sell some toothpaste, tampons, something, right? Because America's for the hustler. America's for the grinder. It can't just be we both work and then all of our resources go to bills. No, some of this money that we have has to go to something that we can use so we can make some money. You know what I'm saying? We got to make some money. So the conversations of the relationship, that's a consumer. I want a man to pay my bills. Or I just want a woman that looks good. And I'm, nigga, what? I thought y'all come from slaves. That's slave thinking. You nigga? Somebody money got to go into some inventory. Somebody money got to go into some hustling. Oh, Ken, everybody don't want to do that. Cool. Don't have no kids. Cool. Don't have no kids. You know why? Where do you think the world is going, fam? Not what you feel. Pay it forecasts. Look at the predictions of demographics and economics. How are you going to eat? Can't everybody don't want to be a business? One of us in a relationship got to be about some business. If I'm a worker, you got to be a business chick. If you're a working chick, I got to be a business dude. We can't both be thinking like workers. Come on, fam. We're going to, by the time our grandchildren come around, they're going to be part of the permanent underclass, my G. So if we know everybody doesn't want to own a business, fine. But we still at least have to be business minded so we can keep our job and sell plates on the side. You know what I'm saying? We can keep our jobs, but drop ship or something. We just can't be workers, right? Unless one of us have a job that puts us in a 1%, like NFL, NBA, shit like that. But even that, the money got to dance, right? The money got to dance. You know what I'm saying? These single family duplexes and all that. Like, we got to dance. We got to be creative. You know what I'm saying? We can't think like a consumer. A consumer is the new slave because our whole mindset is about getting money to spend it, right? Our whole emotions and dopamine is about how we spend money. No. So you got to hack that character trait away from you. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very important. Why do we need to evolve? Why? Someone in the chat, tell me why you think. And part of my tone I got to get myself back, right? So I definitely don't mean to offend, right? But if you know me and you was here some years ago, this is how I talk. So if you new here, this ain't new. I just been doing some other work. But when I start popping it, why do we need to evolve? We have potential locked inside of us, but the environment is the key to open it, right? So my personal evolution is based on location. I'm a location person. That shit just does it for me, right? One of my favorite locations in America is Sunny Isles, Florida, where the Porsche building is, and bro, right? I'm into like infrastructure. I think it's just dope art how houses and shit are created, right? So the way that my creativity works is about like environmental stimulus, like things and stuff. I like things and stuff, material shit. But then I also like how the Grand Canyon is or the ocean or stuff like that. So I am deeply inspired by the environment. It pulls things out of me. So environments, these are the type of environments that I think it's important to focus on. People, places, and things. So each one of us, right? Each one of us have an energy, a potential in us, trying to push itself out of us, right? But we need the environment to pull it. Okay. People, places, and things. When it comes to people, the best environment that I believe can help you is find a master. Okay. Find a master. Now, what does that look like? A master is just not a person giving you information, right? Sometimes you can be inspired by watching someone else in their gift. Find someone that is obsessed with a craft. Find someone that is obsessed with a skill and they are in it every single day, whether that's the gym, whether that's a book, whether that's their business. It does not have to be the same thing as you, but you need to focus on somebody that is very committed to doing a thing every day, right? Focus on that and use that as inspiration so you can see how it looks. A lot of times, this is the bad thing about being in the hood. Niggas are mediocre, bro. Straight up. It ain't even the hood, it's humans. Most people are mediocre as fuck. Seriously. Like, most people are not trying to master some shit. Most people are not obsessed with something, right? So that's why we focus on the Mark Zuckerbergs. That's why we focused on the Elon Musk. That's why we constantly talk about celebrities all day in the algorithm, because these are the people that are obsessed with something. We talk about how Summer Walker is a side chick. We talk about Summer Walker music banging. It looked like she's obsessed with that shit. You talking about the wrong shit. I don't care what this bobblehead bitch is doing with Rich the Kid. I'm playing 1-800 heartbreaks, ho. Give a fuck if she's on the side of a nigga or whatever. Bitch, how did you make these songs? Talk shit, get your man's fucked. Hell yeah. Doja came on and slid on that bitch. Spend it on my homegirls. Talk that shit, Doja. So I got a chip too. She got the salt bath. I'm like, bitch, I could have heard Doja on that song by myself. You know what I'm saying? All I found out from Lotto is that she ain't spitting shit but Listerine. I'm like, nasty bitch. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. But these is people that's obsessed. Cardi, obsessed. Meg, obsessed. We talking about the wrong shit. Who cares who they fucking? It's about the craft and it's about the work, bro. Who cares about that other shit? You know what I'm saying? It was whole think pieces on TikTok a couple weeks ago. I think Summer has low self-esteem. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody gonna remember that when she died. They gonna remember over it, finally over it. What Summer saying? I still might be was he niggas? What man, that shit go hard. I be banging that shit. I got an inner bad bitch in me. Her name is Sheila. So I'll be fucking with all the girly shit. You feel me? But that ass, right? You want to find a master, right? You want to find somebody that either they got crazy bars for you and they can pull that out of you, or you can be a student and watch them in their craft. Places, inspiration. This is why travel is important, yo. This is why travel is important. Like, it's crazy to travel to places and think like a tourist. Like, if why do y'all travel just to be at the hotel pool? And then only thing you taking your phone out, like you literally live talking to people that you could be talking to at the crib, right? You could have stayed in your apartment complex pool, ho. That's what you traveled there for, to do that. You could ride RV. Don't you see Meek Mill riding the same shit up and down the South Street in Philly? You went to Mexico just to do that? You ain't go to none of the museums. You stayed your ass right on the property with your scary ass. How's that inspiration? Only thing you doing is going live and twerking and shit, letting me see the trip. You came back the same bitch that you left as, right? That's a terrible trip. If we're not going international and taking these trips and making these moves to come back a different person, then it's a waste of money. I'm not going places. Man, I'm trying to be in the jungle, man. I'm trying to get the culture. I'm trying to be inspired. You know what I'm saying? So when I come back to America, my perspective is different. Man, I'm not trying to stay at this fucking hotel. Take me to the favelas, man. I'm trying to go see what it's heading for. Not the hood shit, but put me around the people, though. You feel me? Because it's about inspiration. Because I have things in me that need to come out. So I need hard stimulus to pull that shit out of me. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, people at the pool and shit taking IG pictures with these weak ass captions. Man, you could have did that at your apartment complex, bro. Like, yeah. No hate. I'm just saying, though, hack that thing away from you that won't allow you to expand and live. You feel me? Things. So I already explained to you the Jay-Z story of the ice machine. Like, so for me, like, what's a thing that made me like, I always been into like things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first time I seen a GT Bentley, I'm like, man, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? The first time I seen a Maybach, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I need that. You know what I'm saying? So what interesting thing about things as inspiration though is, all right, you take a snapshot at the car, you take a snapshot at the house. When it comes to things, it comes down to, okay, in order for me to get that, who do I got to become? That's the transformation part, right? Okay, this car is 200 bands. Because once I get the car, I'm going to just want another car, right? So it's not that. It's not the house, being a homeowner. That's great, but it ain't about that. It ain't about the house. It ain't about none of the car. It ain't about the thing per se. It's actually about who do I got to become to get that? Because it's not about me being in the passenger. It's not about the house. It's great. You're the first homeowner in your family. It ain't about the degree. It's great. You're the first one to graduate college. It's actually deeper than that. It's really who do you become in the pursuit of the thing. That's the evolution. So the pursuit is what pulls you out of your comfort zone. The pursuit is what hacks and breaks your character. So now you are this different thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. It's the pursuit of the thing, right? It's not the thing. It's not the car. Because once you get the Ferrari, all of a sudden, you'll notice that it's other Ferraris. Your dream car, other people got the shit. It's not, no. I don't want to minimize that. If that's your dream car, that's your dream car. I'm not minimizing. What I'm saying is, though, is the dream is really a version of you that don't exist. It's not the car. The car is your reason to elevate and grow and evolve. You know what I mean? So, people, places, things. When it comes to people, find a master. When it comes to places, look for inspiration or do the inspirational trip. When it comes to things, pick the thing or be attracted to the thing that is going to pull that potential out of you. Right? And it's important because our characters isn't real. Our character is based on us acting. This is not the real you. Your character has created. Sometimes I'll be hearing my own bars and it makes man, if I was a pastor, if I was a Christian, I would have been Haka Messiah, right? And you hear the spirit, and just something pings. Because I just thought about my own self. That my character has created a world that the real me disagrees with. Your character has created a world the real you disagrees with. How now? Some would be like, well, Ken, how would I know what's the real me? I'm glad you asked. It's very subtle. The real you is that thing that technically it looks like nothing is wrong, and you know this ain't the place. The outside looking in is gonna be like, bitch, you got everything. But it's something. You can't say it. You can't put your finger on it. But you just know, this ain't it for me. Right? This ain't it for me. Yeah, I'm in a big house. Yeah, I got a car. Yeah, this is the perfect man for another woman. And that's okay. And of course, the people on the outside, bitch, what you got to complain about? See, what they're doing is they're projecting what they want on you. So they're looking at your life and saying, why are you not content? You have everything. They didn't ask you if you had everything. They're looking at your life and saying that's everything because that's everything to them, right? There ain't nothing wrong going to a smaller house, right? So the crazy thing about life is sometimes I have to backtrack to less in order to get more. Sometimes I have to fall back from this big shit, take double back real quick to get some bigger shit. Sometimes to get some bigger shit, you have to go small. Sometimes you got to shrink a little bit to get bigger because at this thing, I can't move. So your character creating a world for you that the real you doesn't agree with is very subtle. It's small. You know what I'm saying? It's you like it's a crazy feeling because typically it's a lot of times it's sometimes it's the life that you said that you wanted. It's the relationship you said you wanted, you know? It's the environment you said you wanted. And it just ain't enough. And what makes it not enough is because who you are, you can do more. You know what I mean? You can be more. There's more of this. There's more of me. I want to see what the other side of this is. So we all look in the mirror, we see our reflection. What's on the other side of the mirror? Because when I look in the mirror, the only thing I see is me now. But the mirror doesn't show another version of me. That's the fucked up thing about the mirror. I only see this version, right? But I'm curious about the other side of the mirror. The mirror, the part that I can't see now. Hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I'm so curious about the other side of the mirror that I might got to get out of a relationship with somebody that I truly love to see the other side of that mirror. I might got to leave some friends that I truly fuck with to get on the other side of the mirror. Because when I look in the mirror now, the only thing I see is me and everything that I have going on. The reflection does not represent what I want to do. So if the mirror shows my reflection now, then the other side of the mirror has to be reflecting a version of me that I didn't even know existed. You know what I'm saying? The mirror, the mirror is only showing me this version, right? But what's on the other side of this shit? It gotta be something else because the mirror, every front got a back. So actually, when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm looking at the past. Ooh. Ooh. Your bars be crazy. You be saying some shit, and that shit be like heroin, where your own bars be like, nigga got bars. If you don't know about me, you better go check my video library. You know what I'm saying? Before I went crazy. But for real, when you looking in the mirror, you looking at the past, bro. How do I know? Watch this. You don't believe me? Watch this. Past. Past. It's the past. Everything I do in front of you is the past. Everything that I'm doing here is the past. This is not the future version of me. You are literally looking at a past version of me as you watch me. Right? Because guess what you're going to say? Yeah, I heard Ken on live. I seen Ken on live. This is the past. It's like when we looking at stars, we are getting the past light. That shit been dead. That's the light that's just now coming to the planet. We've been transitioning to something else. So yeah, mirrors are important, but they don't tell the full story, right? When you look in the mirror, you're looking at the past. That's what everybody sees. So even though you in your heart of hearts, you say you want some other shit, but sometimes the mirror don't represent that. And the ill thing about the mirror, You can't see the other side of it because you're here. But if you look like this and this is the past, then the other side of that mirror has to be your future. But it's dark and it's the unknown. You know what I mean? It's the unknown. You can't see behind the mirror. Your character has created a world that the real you disagrees with. What are you going to do about that? When you say out your mouth, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want this, I want that. When you say those things out of your mouth, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go here, I want to go there. This is what I think. When you create a vision board, you know what I'm saying? When you create in your mind, when you put your plans down, that is the real you in disagreement with your current character. Remember, your character is a response. Your character is a reaction to how you showed up in the world. The real you is in conflict with your character, right? So your character has created relationships. Your character is your so-called race. Your character is your gender, which is a role, right? It's a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So you have picked people, men and women, based on you reacting to the world. You don't even know if you like niggas like that. Oh no, you reacted. You know what I'm saying? You heard shit. Oh yeah, a man is supposed to do this, a woman's supposed to do this. So now that's what you do. You're reacting to what you're hearing and what you're seeing. You know what I mean? When I was a baby, I didn't know I was black until somebody told me. So then I react to what they say. Well, I guess I am. Oh yeah, yeah. And the white man is your enemy and slavery. Okay. Gender, same shit. You gotta break character to open up the space for the new you or the real you, right? The real new you. And that you is going to be so new to you, it's going to scare the shit out you because you're going to have interests that you didn't even know you had. You're going to have hobbies and cares and concerns that you didn't even know you cared about. That's that evolution. That's that potential that's locked away. You don't even know who you are, fam. How about that? You don't even know who you are. Everything about you is a, a character. You know what I'm saying? It's someone else's movie. You don't even know who you are. You don't really know what you like. You don't know what kind of men you like. You don't know what kind of women you like. That's from, oh, my daddy. Why would you want a man like your dad? You don't fuck your dad. Why would you want a man like him? And 9 times out of 10, your dad treated you in a way he didn't treat other women. So let's call a spade too. Right? A lot of women be talking about their goddamn daddy. My daddy did this. Your daddy treated you in a way he didn't even treat other women. So what the fuck is we talking about? That was a production. You know what I'm saying? He ain't keep that character consistent. So the shit that your dad did with you, he didn't do to another person's daughter. He treated another person's daughter like pure shit, but told you to expect princess treatment. Fuck out of here. So why do you want someone like your dad when he ain't even consistent in what he's talking about? So basically what you're saying, good for me, bad for these hoes, but I thought you was a girl's girl. Clock that T. Period, poo. So break character to free up a version of you that you've never even met. And then you got to destroy the role, right? The role is something that exists in other people's minds. Your ability to do or not is locked into what other people think of you. The role that you play is something that exists in other people's minds, right? So when you're showing up, you are showing up in a production of what other people think you are. That's why you do what you do when you're in certain environments, because they have an image of you that you have to be. You don't believe me? Don't be what they think you are in their mind and watch the reaction. Y'all gonna fall out and they're gonna try to pull you back into where they think you're supposed to be. How dare you color outside the lines, nigga? You're doing what? With who? You're going where? And when? No, you're not. Come right back into our mental plantation. You ain't going nowhere. Mm-mm-mm. How's that feel? How's that feel to know that the life that you live is a result of what other people have in their mind of you? And that's the role that you play. You haven't even got to the space to have your own life. And if you don't want no one doing that to you, don't do that to anyone else. Destroy the role that you have in your head that you expect someone to be, because it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? You got all this shit going on in your head. You know what I'm saying? You got TikTok dances going on in your head. You got fucking Fashion Nova shit in your mind where that you want to buy. You know what I'm saying? You got porn in your mind that you was watching. You got songs in your head at the same, and then you put a person in your head and you want them to be that. Come on, fam. So you got to destroy the role in other people's minds, and you have to destroy the role in your mind too, so you can release people and they can show up genuine and authentic, and you accept them as is. You know, we don't do that to nature, right? You don't have a fake version of fire in your mind. You know exactly what it does. And fire's behavior is not based on what you want it to be. Fire is that regardless. Put your hand there and see what happens. You feel me? Put your hand there and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Water, it is what it is. An earthquake, it is what it is. Nature is what it is. It's not based on what you want it to be. See, your mind can't change none of that shit. You can only do that with people. You can only make people something that they're not in your mind, and then make them dance to that song, especially if you got some power over them. But you can't do that to nature though, right? You have to embrace and receive nature for what it is and how it is, right? Okay. So, quick hack techniques. 3 steps to hacking your character. You ready? Get a pen, write this down. Step 1, detachment. The first step in hacking your character is detachment, right? Divorce yourself from who you think you are, right? Divorce yourself from who you think you are. Remember, I said, that's just the way that I am. You know what I'm saying? Divorce yourself from that, because that's just the way that I am is what got you where you at. You know what I mean? That's just the way that I am is what got you in the situation that you're in. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way that I am is basically what has thrusted you into the season that you're in. So, step 1 is detachment, divorcing yourself from who you think you are. You don't have to be committed to it's kind of like a sports team, right? Just because you from New York don't mean you got to root for the Knicks if they not winning, right? We have fandom. We have fandom with versions of ourselves that's not even useful to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We have fandom, like seriously fandom to a versions of ourselves that even if we not getting no results from the shit, even if we not catching no W's, even if we ain't catching no wins, we have fandom to that version of ourselves, right? It's like rooting for a garbage team. If the shit don't work, it don't work. So if part of our character doesn't work, well, it don't work because it's not ours anyway. But you know what I mean. If you have a version of you that keep coming into bad relationships, or you got versions of you that, damn, I can't get no money like this, or I got messed up relationships, or I'm not a good networker, why continue to be that person? You know what I mean? So in real life, we will discard things that we can't use and it doesn't work. So why do we do that with ourselves? But what we will do is switch the number. What we will do is block people, but we stay the same, right? If I'm keep catching L's, then I gotta hack the shit that's making me catch L. I don't care if it's a part of me that got me some wins before. It's not getting me wins now. I gotta dead this version of me because this shit got me fucked up. It got me out here catching L's. It got me out here wilding. It got me out here in a space that is not conducive to what I say that I want. Now apply that to a sports team or your favorite rap. If your favorite artists keep dropping bullshit, you're gonna keep listening to them. If your favorite team is is coming up short, can't make the playoffs, doing dumbass trades, just being bad product, you still gonna support them? So we will get rid of everything in life that doesn't show up a certain kind of way. So we got to do that with ourselves. So number one, detachment, detaching ourselves, well, divorcing ourselves from who we think we are and replace it with a better version. Just do the system upgrade. The same way our phone does a system upgrade. Do a system upgrade. We all need to do a system upgrade. When I went crazy months back, it looked ugly, but that was me trying to do a system upgrade. I was done with that person. It was I it wasn't it was fucked up. There was nowhere else for me to go. Right? My mind snapped. Ooh, my mind didn't work no more. I couldn't be in that state anymore. So my mind just snapped itself. You know what I mean? I had to upgrade my software. You know? So step one in hacking your character is detachment. Step two, star in a different movie. Sounds self-explanatory, right? Do you know you can star in a different movie? You don't have to be that person anymore. You know that, right? Somebody lied to you. Somebody convinced you that whatever you've been and whatever you've been doing, you got to stay that. And you don't. You can star in a different movie, right? Somebody need to tell Terrence Howard that hustle and flow is over. The nigga a whole scientist and he still sound like DJ. Ain't that his name, DJ? Terrence Howard is the same nigga in every movie. Somebody tell him he can be a different person. You know what I'm saying? Like he is talking about 1+1 doesn't equal 2, but he's still in the same character. You know what I mean? You can play in a different movie. You know this, right? You know this, right? You don't have to be that. You know what I mean? You don't have to date black men, sis. You don't have to date black men. You don't. You know that, right? You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Bro, you don't have to listen to hip hop. You know that, right? You can throw on some country music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I've been listening lately? Billie Holiday. You know what I mean? Hella Ella Fitzgerald. I've been listening to not Dorothy. It was Billie Holiday, Dorothy Dandridge. There's a mix on YouTube. Why? Who said I gotta stay hip hop just because you know what I mean? Just because I got tattoos on my face. I can write my own movie. I don't gotta listen to that shit all the time. I don't have to be that. I can star in a different movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could watch different content online. I don't have to stay this person. Every day living the Truman Show, you got me fucked up. These are my only options being brown skin, hip hop, basketball, football. You a lie? You a lie. I don't gotta be this. You don't gotta be this. You can go where you want to go, hang where you want to hang, feel how you want to feel, love who you want to love. You can hate if you want. You know what I'm saying? You can star in a different movie. Because guess what happens when you star in a different movie? It's a different you. You know what I'm saying? It's a different you. You know, the best actors are the actors that have physiological changes to get in a character. I don't know if y'all remember some years back, it should kind of tell you about 50 Cent's psychology, where he fasted. And what movie was that? Somebody put in the chat what movie was that. Um, Hold on. You need to see this. A lot of people don't know this. What movie was that? Hold on. Hold on. You need to see this. Okay. Because this is a psychotic mind. But this is what it takes. That's 50. That's 50. Right? Now, let me, right? How you go from this, right, to this by choice, right? That's commitment. That wasn't a sickness that he had. That was getting into the role, right? Changing. I'm going to use characters in the regular 3D, right? Changing the character, getting into a different role. You know what I'm saying? You know what kind of discipline that is? For a movie role, right? So if this individual can slim down and the role is not real, it's art. That was in the name of art. Okay. So if this individual could do that kind of transformation in the name of art, what kind of transformation can you and I do when it comes to our real life? Don't we have the ability to be psychotic like that for our real life? Yes, we do. So, first is detachment. Number two is star in a different movie. And number three is disappear in silence. Disappear in silence. And this is the third step of how you hack your character. Disappear in silence. What does that look like? Our words create our world. Okay. In order to hack our character, we sometimes must distance ourselves from the words that we have said because those words created a world. So we have to distance ourselves from the words that we have said so we can distance ourselves from the world that those words created. Sometimes you have to distance yourself from the promises that you said because those promises got you coming back to the environment. Those promises got you still showing up for dead people. Those promises that you are trying to hold dear to your heart has you showing up to spaces that's messing up your growth, and you do it because of your ideal of loyalty. Hmm. I understand. I get that because loyalty is a big thing for me, right? But there's some times in my life where my loyalty and my word that I gave to others in situations is a detriment to me. And I was so committed to being loyal to the environment, to the people, to the ideal. I was so in that mindset that I'm blocking the potential, the evolution of coming out of me. There was times I should have disappeared in silence. There's times where I know what I said. I know what I said. But I can't be that because if I be that, it's going to kill me. It's going to set me back. I can't be that. I can't come back over there, bro. I can't take that mission with you. I know what I said. You know, you try as best as to the best of your ability to be the ideal and the philosophy and the words that you said. Scrap that. Look, here's a new here's a new constitution. You have permission to disappear in silence to any words and any commitments that you've made in the past that weren't part of your overall hardwired philosophy. If you made any agreements or any loyalty promises, and those loyalty promises wasn't based on your fundamental philosophy, you can distance yourself from it. Now, moving forward, you can only make pledges, you can only make promises, you can only make attachments and loyalty that are rooted in your overall hardwired philosophy. Now you need a philosophy. You need a mental framework, a system, an operating system that you live by. What is it? And it has to be something that you create. My system is the 10 laws of accountability. So I run everything through that. And no, you don't have to create it, right? Because thought systems are very hard to create, but it has to be something that you live by, right? If it's just I promise and what is it rooted in? Because the path and the philosophy come first. So You'd never make a pledge or a promise that would get you off the Constitution. So as long as it's in line with your personal constitution, right? But to break character, you're going to have to break your character right now because the things that you pledged and the agreements that you made were not in line with a personal philosophy. It was in line with feelings, it was aligned with the moment, it was aligned with culture. It ain't aligned in principles. It has to be aligned with principles. And the reason you'll keep your word is because of the principles, right? Disappear in silence. Remove yourself from your words that you made because that'll remove yourself from the world. And that world has the character, that world has the role, that world has your old season, that world has an old version of yourself, right? We back in the building. This time we better than ever though. We back in the building. So shout out to the people that have been fucking with me. I'm back taking calls again. So that'll be in the comment thread. That'll be in the description. But I will say this too. Shout out to those people that supported me when I was doing the peace walk. You came through in the clutch. That's what's up. But I was burning my life down. Support me now. Right? Support me in the work so I can continue doing the work. Right? Because I will say in the past, and we're going to start a whole new season. In the past, I was given a lot of value for damn near free. We're not doing that this time around. We're not doing that, fam. It got to be same. You know what I mean? I'll do this shit back full time, but it got to be transactional, bro. I'm not going to hoe for people. Just for people to be like, oh, Ken, yo, you changed my life. Cool, bet. Let me get $5. I'm playing, but I'm not though. You know what I'm saying? Because I got bars. But wars, right? Wars. If you fight wars and you got to throw your hands up and we got to get physical in any way, you already lost. Because real fighting, right? Real warfare is done from the neck up, right? It's mine versus mine, ideal versus ideal, philosophy versus philosophy. You hear? So much respect to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later, we'll all see who the prophet is.